There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonkō Table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonkō Table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo! Welcome to today's episode of the Yonkō Table. That's right, that's the voice of DrMasterHoop you're hearing. We are live today, this Friday, November 12th, as the years will forever know from now on as Disney Plus Day. And that's right, this is a news Coo Special covering the announcements that happened today on Disney Plus Day. With me, as always, is my fellow Yonkō, DrJaceAttorney. DrJaceAttorney, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic, DrMasterHoop. Thanks for asking. I didn't even know this is considered practically a holiday every year on November 12th, Disney Plus Day. I'm sure they had one last year, and I don't know why. I felt like this year they made more of an impact. They listed like 20 plus shows, and
they did.
I have thoughts on practically all of them. I'm sure we're gonna get into the heavy hitters, but there's a lot to cover for sure. Some of these, you know what? Yeah. We'll say it. We'll say it.
Right. Disney Plus Day. It's 2-year anniversary. It was made a national holiday before Juneteenth, but that's a story for another day. But we
Priorities.
But we also have a Supernova guest star with us today. Back in the house is DrMondo. Dr. Mondo, what's up, man? What's new?
All good. Trying to adapt to the cold Chicago from a tropical boy such as myself from Puerto Rico, but did not know today was Disney Plus Day. So this was a very nice surprise, and a lot of good series are on their way, and I'm excited to talk about them, and actually more excited for them to actually arrive so I can see them.
Fair enough. Right. A lot of these that they announced, goodness, we're still gonna have to wait a year or two before they come out. But hey, Dr. Mondo, we're glad you came out today. But let's get into this, gentlemen. Today is Disney Plus Day, and yes, they really did make it quite the event. Now, I, for one, just all I knew coming into this day was that Shang-Chi would be available on Disney Plus with some other series and things. Forgot that there were going to be all these announcements and whatnot. So to my surprise, when I was scrolling through stuff, that all this stuff was coming out, and I was like, okay.
Long thread.
It was a long thread. And I'll tell you what, I didn't go to work today, so I was able
You took off for Disney Plus.
I did not take off.
Very commendable.
I did not take off for Disney Plus Day, but I'm glad I was actively present during the announcements. But is it safe to say, and y'all can combat this if you need to, Disney Plus is doing big things, and they've been killing it lately in the streaming wars? I think as far as the top streaming services go, I would just like to say, I think they're like dang near neck and neck with like Netflix and Hulu and whatnot. Am I wrong to think that? Do y'all agree with that?
I would they're getting up, they're getting better. I would say I don't know if they can compete with Netflix because of the variety that Netflix provides, and even Prime, Hulu, they provide so much more variety of shows. I would say that most of Disney Plus's audience is like for the Marvel shows, and
they're bigger.
Yeah, audiences. They're bigger audiences, like right. The Marvel shows, and obviously The Mandalorian when it was, and now another show that we're going to talk about. But so yeah, it's getting there, but it has a ways to go.
I think what Disney Plus has over its competition is the sheer quantity of its original content, where like it has its Marvel, it has its Disney, but they're really crapping out a lot of Marvel, like stuff that's just coming out on the platform. Because we have the movies of Marvel, we have the Star Wars movies too, but like Disney Plus, I feel like the last year, and just looking at this list for the next couple years, they're really churning out content in their IPs. I know some of the other streaming services like Netflix and Hulu have their own original content, but I feel like it takes a little bit longer for them to churn out more of that original stuff. And then they have their other catalog of like just regular movies and stuff that are not tied to the brand itself. But with Disney Plus, I mean, my God, like
in terms of original content and like the speed at which it's like coming through, like Disney Plus, crazy. It's like really running.
I feel like its first year, it was really trying to get its footing, just because it's Disney, and it's like, okay, the old Disney movies, all right, I can watch that there. But now with its original content, I mean, look at us right now. We literally dedicated a whole news coup just to stuff announced on Disney Plus Day. Yeah. To me, that's a testament to how much they've grown.
Yeah.
Right. And I think, in that first year, they knew what they had to come out swinging with. And I think they nailed it as far as, coming with the fire. But they got some heavy hitters coming as per today. So let's get into this. And now, again, for those listening at home or at the gym or wherever you are, some of these, again, these are for laughs. I would like to hear the table's opinion on some of these, but a lot of these I think are for laughs. But a lot of them also are very exciting. And some of them y'all may not even know about, but we are here to try to cater to everybody. So let's do this. First off, we got, and this is the only remake. I'm calling this section the remakes. They announced cheaper by the dozen.
I don't know why you have this here.
Because my whole thing is this. It's a remake to the 2003 which was also a remake to I don't even know when. That's an old movie my mom saw.
Oh, wow, it's a remake of
it's a remake of a remake. It's a remake Inception.
Oh,
right.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, so but this time around,
why waste money on that?
Why waste money? Because one, they got it through the acquisition of Fox, so it's like I guess they gotta do some.
Why waste money?
Is that why they're doing the reboot to Home Alone?
Yes, because they got the acquisition. Yes, it's like what can we churn out from Fox? So cheaper by the dozen. I guess they blew off the dust of it.
Oh God, we're gonna be seeing more of this. I mean, if Steve Martin makes a cameo, I might crack a smile. That's
but it's a different family. It's a different
family. Yeah.
So this one
loses the charm. Like it's the same thing that happened when I saw they were gonna do a Home Alone remake, and I was like, but why?
Well, I will say this: the Home Alone remake looks a lot more jarring. Well, I mean, granted, we don't have a trailer for this one, but the Home Alone remake looks, I'm a thumbs down on it.
Like you can't Macaulay Culkin was just too good. Like
it's just there's just some things you don't touch.
Yeah,
you
just leave it alone, move on, and make a new IP.
Right. You could have just know. I don't know. Yes, you could. Yes, we can be creative. But this one I thought was interesting. They have Zach Braff and Gabrielle Union playing a mixed couple. So I guess it's 12 mixed kids. That's different, I guess, right?
Yeah.
That adds a bag of new toys, right?
What was even the plot of the original? Like they adopted 12 kids?
No, she pumped them out. She pumped
them out like Machine Gun style.
That sounds so insensitive. She gave birth to 12 kids.
But like is the struggle of like, is it like, because I remember seeing the movie, but I mean it's been years.
There's not much plot there. That's why I'm like, why reboot this? Why remake this? I guess
just the chronicles of a family of 12 children.
Yeah, that's the plot. That's the plot.
All right, I'll accept it.
Shenanigans ensue. So now I guess we'll get 12 kids or 12 biracial kids, or however this family will be composed of, and their shenanigans. People love Gabrielle Union, so they'll flock to see her.
Zach Braff hasn't seen too much action since
Scrubs, right?
Scrubs.
Right. I don't know the last time I've seen him. But yeah, here we are. See, again, I think some of these are just funny to talk about. The ridiculousness of it.
It is ridiculous.
All right. So yeah, moving forward. Now I got these called the nostalgia trips. These are announcements that kind of should trigger some nostalgia in folks. We have, if you look at my background, we have a Chip and Dale movie, a live action animated film, if I'm not mistaken. Stop it. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, come on, featuring John Mulaney and Andy Samberg as the titular Chip and Dale.
That's gonna be good.
Is this gonna be like Alvin and the Chipmunks type of deal, or
I think
like,
they're leaning on
that's
format.
an L.
The
That's
CGI Chip and Dale.
Oh, no, if that's gonna be, I can see the humor. I expect it to be really good with those two.
Right,
but the humor has to make up for the CGI part and all that. It really has to climb a mountain there.
So wait, is it gonna be CG? Like obviously they're the chipmunks, so they're gonna be CG. But like, is this mixed with live action? Or...
Yes, it's mixed with live action. So yeah,
Oh
it's essentially as you said, the Alvin and the Chipmunks scenario. I think they'll be fine CGI. I mean, Disney.
No, the CGI part I don't mind. It's just the rest, the live. I mean, I'm just getting PTSD of Smurfs, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Okay, all right.
It's because in the original Chip and Dale's, right? There wasn't like human characters, right?
There were human characters.
There were human characters.
There was a scientist who was one of their reoccurring villains. But I mean, that doesn't matter. As long as you got Fat Cat, you're great.
Right.
You remember Fat Cat, the mob boss cat? No, oh my god.
Some of these shows I kind of like intermix with some of the other like furry-esque cartoons. Like what was the one with the bear that flew a plane?
You mean Tailspin?
Tailspin. Some of these characters I mix with each other because they're like the same thing.
Well, they all came on at the same time.
They came on at the same time.
Weekday afternoons.
This is just like rehashing like a lot of memories that are really in the back of my head. And
did we just unlock that? Did we unlock that?
No, and we're kind of like, I'm gonna like, wait, oh yeah.
Yeah, Tailspin was a thing. Yeah.
It's like
unlock the chain of memories.
Right. And actually, if you ever watch DuckTales will probably the new DuckTales, would probably unlock a lot because they refer to all those ABC morning shows. But yeah, Chip and Dale's the thing. Yeah, I think John Mulaney and Andy Samberg, that's a perfect duo.
No, it's a good combination. The humor, I'm not worried about the humor. The humor is going to be good with those two, but I feel that it's going to have a mountain to climb with the style of like the animation and all that. If it's going to be like CGI kind of mixed with live action ish, it's like that's going to turn so many people down. I would say that the humor has to be especially good to make up for that.
Right. And I think they also got to hit the nail on the head with the nostalgia. If you give them, the whole Rescue Rangers gang, with Gadget and Monterey Jack, people will be happy if they fly around in that little doohickey thing. And of course, if they do an updated version of the theme song, people will come for it. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with the theme song.
I don't remember it.
I'm sure if I heard it playing, I'll recognize it.
I'm losing my voice. Chip and Dale.
For a moment, I thought you were gonna do like chia, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Oh no! I just couldn't get that high. But
it sounds familiar.
Oh God, you'll go look it up. It
does.
I mean later. Yes, it will click when you go look it up.
Okay.
But next up, are y'all familiar with Willow? Y'all remember Willow with Warwick Davis?
Was it a cartoon movie?
It was a live action. And it stars Warwick Davis. If you don't know Warwick Davis, let me throw out some names for you. Remember the what do they call them things in Star Wars? The little fuzzy bears. Return of the Jedi. Ewoks, right. He was the main Ewok, Wicket, who helped Princess Leia.
Okay.
All right. No. Okay, fine. Well, he's in costume for that one. All right. Harry Potter fans, yes.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. He's Professor Flitwick. Swish and flick.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So in like the 80s, he had this movie where it was a fantasy film with like elves and stuff, and he finds the baby who's supposed to be like the king, the next king or queen or something, and like evil people try to. Okay, right. I don't want to go on here explain. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I guess they have a series coming out, a sequel series based on that movie, and there's a trailer. There's not a trailer. There's like a little featurette for it, and it's really funny because they're making fun of the fact that nobody knows what Willow is, and the whole cast is young, and only some of them have actually seen Willow. And so they're kind of doing that self-referential humor. That it's a cult film, so if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it. But
I'll put it
I
on my
haven't
list.
seen it.
yeah. I would say it's worth a watch. It's got great reviews. Just suffer from. Actually, no, it actually is a box office hit. It made good money in the box office. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, go see it. I saw it years ago, so I really can't tell you much more about it other than it's Warwick Davis finds a baby and there's magic.
Wow, and Val Kilmer's in the movie.
Val Kilmer's in the movie, right?
Val Kilmer. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think that was one of his first movie. I think he's coming right off of Top Gun after that movie. So yeah, you should go check it out. But in the new series, you'll see some familiar faces. Tony Rivolori from the new Flash Thompson from Spider-Man films.
Oh, that
guy.
The Indian kid.
Yes. Or have you ever seen the Grand Budapest Hotel?
Oh, great movie.
Oh,
Right.
he was the bell keep, the
He was
elevator
the bell-
boy.
Yeah, he was the bell guy. Yeah.
Oh my god! Wow, I liked him in that movie.
Yeah, so he's one of the new stars in this one. And then Erin Kellyman, the name probably doesn't sound familiar, but she's Carly from Captain Falcon in The Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Yep.
What was
my
that group called?
God.
What was their group called? The Flag Smashers.
The Flag Smash.
Flag Smashers, yeah.
Whoops.
So those two are probably the most recognizable names joining that cast, but it could be good. They're taking an 80s film, giving it a series.
That could be a hidden gem.
It could be a hidden gem, right? I think it's at least worth giving a shot, seeing what it can do this day and age.
I have it on my radar.
Yeah, same.
And I forgot George Lucas wrote Willow. So if you need some credibility behind it, there you go.
Okay.
Nice.
George Lucas is questionable at times.
He sure is.
It has a powerful name attached. I will give it a shot.
Right. And speaking of George Lucas, that will segue us into our next one. There was a featurette. They didn't show much, but they show our boy.
Enough.
They showed enough. Our boy Ewan McGregor stepping back into the fold as Obi-Wan for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. They didn't really show much, but you don't get away with saying this without actually telling us that this is going to happen. But he said he's very excited that Hayden Christensen's coming back as Darth Vader. Right.
Yeah.
The good and the bad. I want all of it. Let's go.
Leave that guy alone. I think he's gonna do great. I think he's gonna be awesome.
I think he's learned a lot.
Hayden Christensen, the problem that he has, he had no facial expressions, but that's not gonna be a problem since he's gonna have a mask on the entire time. So it's
perfect. I'm telling you, it works. It works.
It's like they're already addressing his biggest flaw.
Which begs the question, though, if he's gonna wear the helmet, is James Earl Jones gonna be doing all the voice acting? Is Hayden Christensen just moving around in there?
I feel like there's gonna be a couple scenes where
he takes
he's gonna
it
have
off.
the helmet off.
Right.
And
I
he's gonna have
think
to,
so.
And I feel like to address DrMondo's criticism of like his facial expression, his face is gonna be just so burned up that you can't really see like really anything, because he got toasted. He was roasted on Mustafar.
Right.
So
Again, Obi-Wan got the high ground, yo.
He got
He
the
got
high ground. and they're gonna make a reference to that. They're gonna.
Oh, for sure.
Like for shits and giggles. I
mean, listen, they could do a lot with this series. They could just go on this little adventure and have to put their differences aside for the time being. I mean, that sounds very convoluted.
God, you think they're gonna do
realm.
that?
No. In the realm of Star Wars, absolutely
you
not.
cannot.
They're
There's
not
no
gonna do that.
way.
No,
But
no.
maybe we'll get a flashback. Maybe they'll de-age them and give us
Ooh,
some
flashbacks. I didn't even
give
think
us
of
some
that.
Clone
Yeah.
Wars type interaction,
Will
my
Darth Maul
God.
make an appearance?
Well, where we left off with that
He could.
the Solo movie, he's alive and well
Yep.
in that gap period of time. That would be I don't know if Obi-Wan is trying to get a season 2 or if this is kind of a one and done thing.
This is Disney. If it does really good, they're gonna make a season 2.
I think its first season is like structured as a one and done, but like it might leave enough room at the end to be like, okay, if people really gravitate towards
we
it,
can
we
do
will
a second one.
Well, I think that would be the perfect opportunity to bring Maul back into the fray.
Yeah.
We need Maul back, man. You can't.
Well, they already teased him in the forgettable Solo film.
That's what I mean. You can't leave a teaser like that in Solo and then not give us more Maul.
And people love Maul, and every series that Maul has appeared
Maul
in,
was one of the few good things of Phantom Menace. Like,
if not the best part of
basically, like,
and he doesn't even say
Maul,
much.
You take out Maul from that movie's absolute trash.
And funny enough, like Maul is one of those characters that, like, assuming you for some reason didn't like him, maybe because he didn't really have a personality in
he makes
in
up
Phantom
for it
Menace. The shows he comes out in, I feel like he carries a lot of the episodes. Like,
the arcs he's in, yes, he carries.
And I never thought that. It's one of those things because I got into the Clone Wars series like really late, like as in like the last year or two, and I'd never seen them before. And so I was going into it thinking like, what's the big deal with Maul, man? He was in Phantom Menace. Well, so what? He did the twirly thing with his double-bladed lightsaber. So what? Oh my God, I love him now.
Right. They did much better. They gave him more depth. But this is Obi-Wan's show, and I think
Obi-Wan, right?
I think he's ready to come back in and give us a really good layered performance and see some depth to Obi-Wan that we, what makes him this old man that we've seen in episodes 4, 5, and 6. So, needless to say, I'm excited for Obi-Wan.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Like, even as a non-Star Wars like diehard fan, like I am excited for Obi-Wan. So,
right, Star Wars has been knocking it out of the park lately, so hopefully they keep it up.
Well, with its shows.
With its shows, right? Let's get that right. You're right.
Yes.
With the show.
Great clarification.
You are
Good.
right.
Yes. All right. So our next segment, we're talking about sequels, and I guess I don't know if I missed any, but these are the big ones that stood out. These are sequels / the animated live action adaptation section. Okay, so that's what we're talking about here. So, all right, and again, here we have Disney with the acquisition of Fox. So I didn't think they would ever bring back this franchise because the last one didn't make as much money as the others. But we got an Ice Age spinoff, The Adventures of Buck Wild. Did any of y'all catch that trailer?
I didn't even know they announced this.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I said like I was a fan of like Ice Age. I think like the first 2 movies.
Yeah, the first 2, right?
The first 2 were actually like pretty good, and then it just really went down.
It had the Shrek effect. It was the Shrek effect.
It had the Shrek effect, and I was just like saying, like, just lay it to rest, let it rest peacefully. But why do they have to bring it out again? It's like our boy is dead. Leave him dead.
Right. I mean, I will say they did make substantial money in box office, but the last one was a significant drop in money.
What was the last? Was that the pirate one?
No, so there was one after the pirate one. Jesus. It was a collision course. There was like a meteor coming towards them.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, that's
I think I didn't see the last one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either. But
that's the one part of those movies that, because I didn't watch them out beyond the first two, but like I know each one covers like a cataclysmic event somewhat. So like the first one was the Ice Age.
The
Second
Ice Age,
one
right?
Was the meltdown. Third one was the dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, yep.
Okay, and then the fourth, I don't know. What
it was a continental drift. So
okay, so the continents were
plate tectonics. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, I can't.
And then then the meteor.
Then the meteor.
But the crazy part about this one is going to focus just on that character Buck from the third one.
Which one's Buck?
He was that weasel with the patch who was trying to kill one of the dinosaurs because they had a long-standing rivalry.
Oh yeah.
Is he the one in that meme? The dead meme? Like he says, oh my god, I can't even quote the meme.
He might be in the meme. I think I know what you're talking about.
Where it's like I was dead, but not really. Oh my god.
I think so. What
was his name? Buck
Wild.
And he's joined by Crash and Eddie, the two possums.
Okay.
But here's the kicker for me is that if you go watch the trailer, the animation is so subpar.
Is it really that bad?
Yes, it is noticeably bad. And it's like, why are you putting money into this?
I'm just going to ask, is Sid going to be in the series?
Well, that's the other thing is that if you listen closely, I'm not even sure if the cast is coming back for this one.
Because if Sid ain't in the series, I'm not going to watch it.
So, well, it's a movie. It's a movie, but it looks like it ought to be a series. It's a movie, but it's a movie, right? And it looks like it ought to be a series. At least the animation is such a downgrade that this looks like a movie. I mean, a series, and it's not though. So I'm very confused, but I don't think much of the cast is coming back for this one.
Like if Sid ain't in it, like it's not even worth it.
Well, so he's in the trailer, but I was like listening to it. I was like, I don't know if that's John Leguizamo.
Sid can only be John Leguizamo. No one else can be Sid.
Right.
No one else can be Sid.
I mean, it looks. I'm not here for it. I question why. Right, I question why they.
I haven't even seen the trailer, and from your description, I'm like hard pass.
Yeah, no.
I'm not giving it a chance. I'm sorry.
It ain't for me. All right, how y'all feel about Disenchanted, the sequel to Enchanted?
I'm kind of indifferent. Indifferent to it.
Indifferent.
Like I remember watching Enchanted, and it was fine. Back then, I didn't really lose my mind over it, and but I didn't think it was terrible. But yeah, it's okay. They're making a sequel. That's all I got.
Really not expecting much. Really don't care about it too much.
Is it like a direct sequel?
It's a direct sequel. Sequel. I mean, even with that said, it's like, I guess it's another chance for Disney to make more self-referential jokes in lieu of their films and the universe they have created with some catchy songs.
I mean, this, at least with this time, it's hopefully they can make it more genuine than how it was in the original, because I remember the original was it was almost like in response to Shrek, because Shrek did as trollish as that sounds, I'm actually being serious. But no, like with Shrek, Shrek was that first animated movie that made, I guess, like a jab at all of the Disney princess stigmas that were all over animated movies. So Shrek just basically made fun of all of that and said, yo, that stuff is silly. Like, what are you doing? And then I feel like Enchanted was kind of Disney's response to be like, hello, my fellow kids. I am also self-aware that Disney princess stuff is silly and not with the times. I felt like Enchanted did not come from the right place.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right, but now with Disenchanted, Shrek, God rest his soul, is no longer with us anymore. So Disenchanted is just kind of doing its own thing with no competition. So I feel like the jokes might land a little bit better now.
Now it can become its own thing.
Right.
Well, I also think they got a new catalog of stuff they can make fun of. If they don't have some, Frozen jabs in there.
Yeah,
yes, Dr. Mondo.
They better make fun of Frozen.
Right.
I
mean, that's such a missed opportunity if they don't. You can make some Moana in there too.
If they let that opportunity go, it's gonna be bad.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yes, I did.
I got
Very
it.
good.
That was
I
good.
like that too. I'm just here if they come in with some catchy songs. I think How Does She Know was a really good song. So
it really will be something into the unknown. I will say that.
Look at you. You're just chock full of them, huh?
Just close it out with that. Close it out right
Yeah,
there.
we'll close it out with that. All right. Robert Zemeckis' Pinocchio. You got Tom Hanks as Geppetto. Joseph Gordon-Levitt has now been announced as Jiminy Cricket.
Okay.
Then you got
right.
Keegan-Michael Key appearing as that Fox character, I think.
Okay.
Cynthia Erivo as the Blue Fairy, she's making headwaves right now because she's gonna be Elphaba in the Wicked film adaptation. But are we still here for these types of films? These animated live action treatments?
I always liked Pinocchio, so I'm kind of down for it. Also, I remember in I think 1996 there was a live action of Pinocchio.
There was.
It wasn't Disney. It wasn't
Disney.
It wasn't.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
That thing looks demonic.
I wouldn't call it demonic.
I used to like that movie.
Uncanny Valley.
I really did like that movie as a little kid.
I did like it.
So I'm kind of for Pinocchio, not gonna lie, and the cast looks pretty good.
Cast is pretty standout, right?
Yeah, Tom Hanks, I'm a sucker for with anything.
Yeah.
So
I'm expecting good things of that one.
Right. I guess the live action Disney stuff, I'm kind of just indifferent to it. I don't really expect much from them, but I feel like some of these come from, better places.
No, but some Disney live actions have really been good though.
Right. Yeah. The best, out of all of the ones that I've seen, because I haven't seen all of them, but the Jungle Book to me is like the best example.
Jungle Book was great.
Jungle Book was really good.
Jungle Book was amazing. I liked Beauty and the Beast, but I'm just a sucker for that one.
Beauty and the Beast wasn't bad. It's up there in my list. I forgot I even had a list for that.
Aladdin was actually much better than what I thought it would be. I only have one thing against that movie, and it's it's Jafar.
Never mind.
There's a couple of problems I have.
No, but
Jafar being one of them. Jafar is definitely
my
one.
biggest problem is with Jafar in that movie. But it surprised me. I went with that movie without expectations at all.
Right. And yeah, I think Pinocchio is, it's been so long since they made Pinocchio that we are allowed to come in with like a very low bar.
Yeah.
As far as, because I feel a modern audience member probably hadn't watched Pinocchio.
Yeah. Pinocchio is not one of those like super standout Disney movies that everyone knows.
Right.
Like it is like one of the classics, but it's one of like the really old classics that.
Right. You probably recognize Pinocchio on sight, but then you actually don't even remember how he gets from point A to point B.
Yeah.
So I think with that said too, I think there's a lot you can do with this film as far as, make it its own. Versus doing that rehash bit that a lot of these films have not been doing well with, i.e. The Lion King.
Oh yeah, Lion King as a diehard Lion King fan, I was so disappointed.
I still haven't seen Lion King. I really don't want
I do have to say Scar was good. Scar was one of the voice acting of Scar.
Is fine, right?
The voice acting from Scar was actually one of the really good things of that movie, but the movie lacked emotion.
Yeah.
It just lacked emotion.
The best thing I remember coming from that movie was when they first announced the cast. I remember social
the cast
media
stand out,
lost it.
Oh yeah, they lost it. Yeah, you're right.
No,
yeah, I lost it too. I was like, this is great.
Like, who wasn't gonna lose with that cast? And then it's like, are you serious?
I'm trying to do this. This is the scene that did it for me. It was like, Dad.
I know what you're talking about.
Or like, brother, help me.
If you guys are watching on YouTube, it'll make so much more sense.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. They can't do that again. They got to give expressions for any animal, which they are doing a Lion King sequel. So I'm sure we'll hear about that. Oh, I'm sorry. It might be a prequel. It might be a prequel.
Live action.
A live action.
Oh.
But if they're smart, they'll do better than what they did.
Oh yeah, but like, so wait, is it gonna be a prequel or a sequel? Because if they do The Lion King 2 as a movie, like I wouldn't be mad. That's actually one of the good sequels.
To my knowledge,
animated Disney.
To my knowledge, I don't know if they would straight up adapt Lion King 2, but they said the film would be kind of like The Godfather Part 2, where you have the present story and then flashbacks of Mufasa and Scar's childhood, which could be very interesting to watch.
That would be interesting.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. That would be different.
And they can be so original there. They won't be shackled by like, oh, this, like, we have to remake this. It's like, no. Like, I can do whatever the hell I want here.
Exactly. Which they always could have done, but they felt shackled for whatever.
The thing is that, like, I do understand like them being shackled, because if they would have done their own thing for Lion King, I'm pretty sure the fans would have hated.
There are certain things you have to do in these adaptations, and then there's some wiggle room. All I wanted for them was to explain why the elephants and all these animals bow down to the lions. That's the only thing.
Dude, if you want to know, like, just watch Lion King honest trailers. It's great.
Listen, for Pinocchio, all I need them to do, I don't even really have much expectations for Pinocchio. I guess if he's a wooden puppet, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any expectations.
Let's wait for the trailer.
Let's wait for the trailer.
We'll wait for the trailer.
The last one coming up on the sequels talk is Hocus Pocus 2.
Why? Like, I don't get me wrong, I like Hocus Pocus.
No, go ahead, take it.
No, like, I like Hocus Pocus.
No, I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
Why do we need a second one?
I wasn't clamoring for this.
It's a Halloween classic that has been through the generations.
Sure.
And you need to revitalize it the same way you revitalize Zoolander 2 or Dumb and Dumber the Squeakquel. You gotta do a Hocus Pocus 2.
But you don't, though. You really don't.
You really do.
When's the last time you watched Hocus Pocus?
Last Halloween.
Oh my god!
like this past Halloween, right?
I think last Halloween, that's in 2020 Halloween.
Oh my god! I think
it's not that great of a film.
No, it's just a Halloween film that you see on Halloween, and it's an enjoyable film that has a ton of flaws, but you still enjoy it regardless. But again, it's not a film that I'm like, oh my god, when is the sequel coming out?
Right. The fan base.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the fan base for this film is so big. They've been begging for this sequel for years. They really have.
It has.
I'll tell you, yeah. Before they actually made headway on this, I remember, there will always be an article about, Hocus Pocus 2 is supposedly in the works. Kenny Ortega has been writing the script
for years.
At least once every year.
To the point where I'm honestly surprised they just like showed the images now, the official images, because I thought this came out already at some point, because I've been hearing it for years, and it's like, did it come out already? Did it not? I don't know, but now it's a thing. It's happening. I'm telling you, this movie, what's going to happen? It's going to follow the same example that I just established with those two other films that I mentioned. Zoolander 2 and Dumb and Dumber, the actual sequel, not the...
Dumb and Dumber Right?
Yes, not that one.
Yeah.
Where they take an old IP, they get the original actors to reprise their roles, but there's something with the screenplay where they just copy and paste the plot from that original movie, and then they just tell it in the sequel, and it ends up being an average to below average film. I'm sure when we do our tier list of Pixar movies, we're going to talk about it, but this is the problem with Incredibles 2.
Yes.
I hate Incredibles 2.
Me too. Yes.
I love the first Incredibles.
Right.
It's not fair. So, Finding Dory. Oh my God. You know what? Yeah. This is what's going to happen with this movie. We're going to watch it. We're going to realize, oh, okay, it's funny the first time, whatever. But we're going to realize this is the same exact damn thing from Hocus Pocus 1. So,
damn, I felt your energy right there.
I felt the
I'm
passion.
sick of these movies, man. I'm sick of them. I like the first Hocus Pocus. Oh man, Dr. Mondo already said it. I don't care for a sequel. I don't care. I see, and the thing is, we have friends in real life on social media, and they're hyping this up. I'm like, why are you hyping this up? You're the reason why Disney is choosing to doing this.
Time will tell if this will fall into the copy and paste, or if it will actually try to be original.
I just feel this is gonna be this is a real hit and miss. It's gonna be either really enjoyable, and when I say enjoyable, I don't mean like a good movie, because it's most likely not gonna be a good movie. It's gonna be enjoyable, or it's gonna be, the entire movie is gonna be like, why am I paying to watch this thing that I've watched 1,000 times for free and was made God knows how many years ago?
And
well,
then
90, early 90s?
93.
93.
Jesus Christ, it's older than us. That
Right.
movie's older than us. It's like,
And then on top of that too, they'll probably make it longer. Like, the other one was
that one was short.
Right, it's a nice, easy, like hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah, this one's gonna be, I think, two, like 145.
145 to 2, and I really just hope they nail it and just keep it going. But we'll see. I think it will be out by next year. We'll see. All right, so our next topic of discussion, these are the series treatment. Now, back in the day, a lot of the Disney Renaissance films all got a subsequent sequel.
Right.
I'm sorry, not sequel. Well, some of them got a sequel.
Yeah, some of them took place after the
and some had like series.
That's what I meant to say.
After the movies. Sorry.
That's what I meant to say. Series. For example, Aladdin,
Tarzan,
Little Mermaid. Yeah, Hercules had a prequel series. So I feel now they are going back to this concept, but instead they're doing it in-house versus shopping it to what was known back then as Disney Toon Studios. Now Walt Disney Animation Studios is taking lead on these series projects. So the first one they announced was Baymax, the series. I don't know if y'all saw the trailer for this one.
I did.
Thoughts on it?
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
The reason why is because again, when we were kids, we watched a lot of those, Disney Toon shows like Aladdin, and Tarzan and all that. But at the end of the day, I feel like those cartoons were shovelware. At the end of the day, like they weren't really made with too much quality. They were just like, kids will remember this. They already like the movie.
Yeah, they just had to
get it out there. Pump it out, get it out. So I feel like with these being made in-house, it has I'm just judging it based off the Baymax trailer. The Baymax trailer, you could honestly tell me that was from Big Hero 6, and I would not be able to tell the difference.
Right.
The quality in the animation, I could not tell the difference. And to me, just on animation alone, I can tell that a lot of these shows that we're going to go into, they're going to seem like mini sequels to some of the movies that we love.
Extensions of the movie.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you there, because a lot of the series that were like after the movies in the past, most of them, like you could see like this change in animation was
It was-
so
It
drastic.
was a downgrade,
It
right?
It
was
was such
downgrade.
a downgrade for real. So here, being all done in the same studio, the quality is gonna be up to par with the movie. So we're just gonna be feeling like we're watching a sequel, another continuation of the movie. So I feel that's gonna be a lot better. And
I'm
is
sorry.
that like let's say is the casting gonna be like the same of the movie?
Well, from my knowledge, yes, majority, all the principal cast will be coming back for the series. But did y'all know there was already a Big Hero 6 series? Did y'all know that?
Yes.
I think I'd heard of it, but never saw it.
It's actually, I haven't watched it either, but I heard it's really good and did a
Right.
really good job at building off of the film and establishing its own, reoccurring characters, villains, and themes and whatnot. So I thought it was interesting that this show just seems to center around Baymax, not the Big Hero 6 aspect.
Okay.
So this
That's
one will,
fine.
it seems that it's going more for the comedy, which is
Right.
totally fine.
Right. I mean, I love Baymax already, so it's
Right.
cool
And
with me.
it separates from the series they already have, because that one's more action oriented. This
Right.
one will be comedy based. So, but yes, principal cast should be returning for, if not all of these series. Princess and the Frog. It's called Tiana. It's just called Tiana. I think it's just called Tiana.
I still haven't seen Princess and the Frog.
They just, oh, you haven't seen it?
I have not. I at some point I will, but
This is a thumbs down from me for the movie.
Really?
Yes, because she's a frog freaking 2/3 of the movie.
Oh,
yeah.
you're talking about the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now this series looks better because I don't think she's gonna get a frog treatment anywhere. She's just gonna be herself, and she's now the princess of the fictional country that Naveen is from. But the synopsis said her New Orleans past is gonna catch up to her. Whatever
What does
that mean. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh
I feel
my god.
I feel that's a very loose way of saying we might turn her into a frog, and y'all got to deal with it. And if they do, I'm out. I'm out.
What if they just turn her into a frog for one episode?
No, you can't keep doing this to the prominent people of color films. They're doing it in the next Pixar film. When the Chinese Canadian girl turns into a giant panda.
Oh my! Wait, that's a Pixar movie?
That's a Pixar film.
Oh,
a red
my
panda. She turns into a red
that's
panda.
Right. That's right. Okay. The girl that's like socially awkward.
Yes,
right?
yes. And when she's
Okay.
embarrassed or feels anxious, yes, they can't keep
Right.
doing that. So if they do that, I'm out of here. I'm out, and I'll raise hell at Disney Plus. I will
You're
go.
gonna show up at
I
the
will.
HQ.
That's
I
another-
will.
That's
I
another
will.
episode. That's another episode.
That is
Another
another
episode.
episode.
That is another episode.
So
right.
I'm waiting to see if that series does any good. They got a Zootopia show coming. I love Zootopia.
I
No,
liked
Zootopia is
it,
an,
yeah. I
is
liked
an
it.
amazing movie.
Right.
Zootopia was amazing. It's one of out of like these Pixar movies. It is Pixar, right? Yes.
No, it's
No,
Walt
no.
Disney Animation.
Disney.
Walt Disney Animation. I would say it's one of the best, if not the best, because of the message it portrays and how it portrays it.
Yes.
It's a very strong message. Yeah.
Plus
yeah.
it's funny as hell. The movie switches like seamlessly from just diehard laughter to wow, this is serious and so sad.
Right.
It seamlessly just switches from there, and I'm like, wow, this is great.
It's fantastic.
I think I've seen it like 3 times and loved it each of the 3 times.
Yeah, I like to tell people Zootopia came out the same year as Moana. Zootopia is the superior.
Oh,
wow,
no.
it did.
Like I love Moana, but Zootopia as a film is so much better.
Right. So I imagine this series is gonna, continue with not necessarily hitting you over the head with the, the racial undertones and the social commentary.
But they can though. Like
they
in a
can, but they're not.
Right.
They're not gonna be like they did it the right way.
Mhm.
They got the message across and still didn't lose themselves in getting the message across.
Okay. No,
You know?
I feel they can still get the message across in the series, and now they can dive a little bit deeper into the world, because again, it's a series. You can you can build upon the world. You can build upon like, oh, look at the structure of these inequalities and this discrimination and all that. They can really build on that if they want to go through that route. If they don't, like, it's still going to be a good series, but they might be losing something that made Zootopia great and unique in its own way.
No, yeah, that's definitely one of the aspects I liked about Zootopia, was like how the animals, because kind of like the class system that you talked about, where like oh my god, I'm trying to think of like one of the really, really small animals in the movie.
Oh, like the field mouse or the shrews.
Like the shrews, right? Like the thing I liked about Zootopia is that the proportions of the animals were really realistic, and it kind of interplayed how they functioned in society. Whereas in some of these other animated movies, when they just want to give every furry the same size as all the other, example, Sing, right? Sing,
okay.
All the animals.
I like Sing though.
No, I get what he's saying though. Like,
but I know what you're saying. But I know what you're saying.
Right. Like every animal is gonna be the same, and Sing's not the only one. Sing was just the one that came to mind. But I like that Zootopia took a different approach to it, and in a way it was more realistic, and it made it just a more enjoyable film to watch. That's just one thing I like.
It's
about
next
Zootopia.
level comedy too, right
It's
there.
next
It was
level
really
comedy.
funny to see them interact like that.
It was.
Like they were basically Godzilla going through the mouse town.
Exactly. I like that. So a Zootopia show, or what was it? A show, a sequel?
Series. Yeah.
Kind of like what Dr. Mondo said. It's an opportunity for them to expand and show us more that we didn't see in the movie, some other like areas of the town or the city. So.
And I better see a cameo. Flash, the 100.
Oh, he's in the promo shot. So he'll be part of it.
That was I think one of the funniest scenes in that entire movie.
Oh, someone dressed up as him for Halloween. They memed it. It was
that's
really
hilarious.
And they actually worked at a DMV too, so it was really funny.
That's
nice.
so good.
The last one that they announced, I'm pretty sure this is the last one they announced.
The best one. You saved the best for that last.
Hell
I like
no. I ain't here for it. Cars on the Road. Which
those who see us on YouTube will see my face with this. It's like,
We're here for it. I know.
You're here. I'm not. Who?
You have an inherent bias against cars in general.
I do not. I really don't.
I am not here for cars.
What's your highest rated car film?
Cars 1. No. I think I have Cars 3 higher.
And where do you have Cars 3 at?
Like it's bottom tier Pixar.
I don't even.
You already hate it.
I don't even rank them.
Yeah, oh look, he doesn't even rank them. He said they don't get the right to be ranked.
I don't even rank them. It's like
that's rude.
I saw Cars and it was like, no.
You're rude. That's rude. At least I ranked them.
I'm just honest.
These require rewatches. Rewatches for the tier list.
I got time for very few things in life, and Cars ain't one of them.
Not anymore. Right. This series, I don't even know what they're trying to do with this series, but like you look through some of the promo art. They got one that looks like they're in Mad Max Fury Road. So I guess it's going to be a comedy one. They got one where they time travel to the dinosaurs.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that this is I feel like to a degree, people should be carsed out already, because out of all the shows that you listed, some of these hardly had anything after the film came out.
Right.
So Cars had 3 films and
2 spin-off films. The
planes. Oh my god.
Oh, I forgot about the planes.
That took place in the same world. I obviously listen, Disney
at
the end of the day.
It's the Cars universe, man.
Yeah. Disney at the end of the day, they're a business, and it's been said before, the Cars synopsis is just to sell toys. Like it's clearly they made a show about it because it's the easiest out of Pixar's catalog to make toys of these cars. Everything else you listed, like Baymax, well, you had the one show after Big Hero 6.
Which honestly probably didn't get the popularity it deserved. So
Right, but so now it's getting it proper. Princess and the Frog had nothing after its film.
Nothing.
Zootopia, nothing. One of the Z tier or S tier.
Best picture winning, grossed over $1 billion.
Easily.
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing after. But we gotta do something about car. Why not give me Bugs Life? Why not a Bugs Life show?
Yes.
Bugs Life has not seen any love since 98.
98. Well, they got
God.
the ride. They got the ride at Animal Kingdom, and that's it.
They got, oh my God.
Bugs Life deserves so much more love. It is
deserves
such a great movie.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, maybe Pixar has got a lot up their sleeve right now. An Incredibles universe show. That's more interesting than Cars.
Yes. Oh my God. I got, oh man.
Again,
this aggravates me.
It is the more we talk about it, the more upset.
Again, children, there will always be children who need toys. And what better toy than a car? So let's make another car. Let's make a car series so kids can watch.
Right,
yes. The thing is, you could do the same thing with literally an incredible show with a bunch of superpowers, and like you can sell the toys. But I get it, cars are easy. But just make a car and
cars
paint
are
it
easy.
blue.
You really don't have to have
Slow
a plot.
effort.
You just have to show cars. That's it.
Oh my God.
Boo.
I just can't. I'm not here for it. The one L.
That series shouldn't even exist in my book. When it comes out, I'm just another hard pass.
Yeah, never been a fan, and I will not be swayed. I will not be moved. So,
which, by the way, I feel like it's needed to be mentioned at least here. Do any of you watch the Monsters Inc. show?
So I watched the first episode.
I didn't.
Is it good? Is it?
I'm
talking about it.
I might see Vernell later. Vernell has watched the whole thing. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's over?
I mean, no.
Or the first season?
Yeah, I think season 1 is over. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody talk about it, so I got nothing for it. Yeah, I don't know.
It might be a reaction to
that. Yeah,
like
it might
maybe
be. Monsters
Inc. didn't hit it well.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just going off of assumption because I haven't heard anything about it.
One thing I have heard is that they didn't do enough with the concept of where Monsters Inc. is at now, like being the laugh floor and stuff.
Right.
So, I mean, now that we talk about that's something on my list, I will go watch that and report back.
You got
homework. So that's it for the series treatment. Now we're going to talk about 2 series that have been long since canceled. One of them longer than 20 years.
I'm excited for this.
And another that's been a cultural phenomenon within the Black community. And now I think they're trying to expand into other minority communities, which they've dipped their toes into. They've done a great job at portrayal. Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, and X-Men, the animated series are both making a return on Disney Plus. Let's just talk about Proud Family real quick. It looks amazing. I was skeptical about how it would look. I love
it.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks
great.
Good. Oh my god.
As a fan of the original, like there was always that level of skepticism where it's like, oh, okay, you're bringing back an old show, trying to make a sequel to it, bank off its name because it's recognizable. But after that trailer, the animation, like the Oscar Proud always steals it. He always steals it. And Sugar Mama, oh my god, like and the thing is, like, also, it seemed a little bit more like risque in a way.
Oh, they are totally pushing it now, right? They had that scene where Trudy and Oscar were in each other's clothes, right?
She's
like,
what
were you two doing?
And I'm like, oh my god, like they're oh man, I don't know. I feel like it's aged a little bit, kind of like
it's growing with their audience.
It's growing with the audience, kind of like I don't know if it's on the same level of quality, but like the iCarly, the new one.
Very very similar to how iCarly, is tackling more mature themes.
Right.
And that's another thing that's been reported that this new Proud Family is going to tackle is more mature themes. For example,
She's
one
almost an
storyline,
adult, right?
yeah,
Penny,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know where they're putting her. I don't think she's in college. That's what everybody wanted her to be. But she's gonna have a new friend who's a civil rights activist. So I imagine they're gonna
I've seen the design for that character.
right.
Yeah.
Played by Keke Palmer. So I imagine they'll get into some more, diverse and
The
real
original
time.
did that. The original did that too.
Yeah, it did. It totally did. But I mean, more of like what's currently going on
Right.
in the
Yeah,
climate
for
of
sure.
things.
For sure.
They're actually readdressing some characters that have already been established, and now they're going to have them kind of go through a kind of a journey of coming out. Because right, because the character Michael, do you remember the character Michael?
The one with the dancer kid, right?
The dancer whose dad was the coach.
Yeah,
He's now going to be voiced by what's his name? Magic Johnson's son, who is who's an openly gay man.
Yeah.
And he's gonna, I believe Michael's gonna be transitioning in the series, if I'm not mistaken.
He is?
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's where they're going with this.
Oh my God. If
Wow.
they do that, that'll be heavy. Wow.
Heavy, but it's like with Proud Family, they
it makes sense.
Right. It makes
yeah.
sense. And they do it in the right way again. Kind of like what we said about Zootopia. They it's not like bashing you in the head. It's just doing it the right way. And then
right.
And then the Keke Palmer's character is gonna have two dads. So,
Oh, okay.
right.
All
One
right.
played by Billy Porter and the other played by Zachary Quinto, two openly gay actors,
Right.
So they're growing with the audience as far as mature themes and also just being more open and woke and culturally relevant.
It's just presenting things in real life. So
yes.
So that kids are gonna see in real life. They're just presenting it there.
Right. And I think it's, you think about it back in 2001 when the Proud Family debuted, how they probably couldn't, or not that they couldn't, they wouldn't.
It wasn't the right time for them to at that point, because again, we weren't as open as a society, I would say.
Yes, absolutely.
At that point, and it just would have had so much backlash that the show would have just collapsed right there. I
don't even think Disney would have picked it up.
No, yeah.
Because Nickelodeon rejected Proud Family because they said, "Oh, y'all got all these black jokes. We can't air this on TV."
Nickelodeon was on that SpongeBob high back then. They were rejecting everyone left and right. I think they even rejected Adventure Time.
Oh, really?
Wow.
At one point, I hope I'm remembering the correct network, because I remember Adventure Time jumped around studios before it landed in Cartoon Network. I'm pretty sure it got pitched to Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon said, nope. And look what happened. Fools. Yes, very big fools. But I'm actually curious which characters are reprising their roles again. I'm imagining Sticky.
Sticky's in the trailer. Did you see him in the trailer?
He is in the trailer.
Right.
I don't think he's voiced by Orlando Brown.
I don't know either, but
he's been going through a lot.
Last time I checked, Orlando Brown has been doing a lot better. I think from the last I checked, he was getting the therapy he needed.
Okay.
He's found Jesus.
Okay.
Oh man, I should look it up. If he comes back, kudos to him. I'm glad he turned his mishaps around. So I would like for him to come back. But other than that, the principal cast is all coming back. Like everybody, even supporting characters too. They're all coming back.
They all sounded recognized. Like Penny, I forgot who it was.
Kyla Pratt.
Right.
Voice hasn't changed.
It has not changed. I keep it that way. I'm fine.
Yeah, no, totally. And then you got all these celebrities now pouring and running.
Little Nas
X,
Cedric the Entertainer. I mean, to be fair, I think it did have some celebrity cameos.
Oh no, they had plenty of celebrity cameos before. But now again, more and more celebrities are flocking to be a part of it. because there's this dude I watch on YouTube. His name's like Toon Tariq. He did a whole breakdown of the Proud Family, and all these people of color actors wanted to be part of Proud Family because no other shows were doing what Proud Family was doing. There was nobody. There was no, you got the Boulevardist family. There were no Mexican American families portrayed. There was no, black families portrayed. So all these celebrities, of course, they flocked to the Proud Family because like, this is something we want to be a part of. This is, this is cool. We don't want to be in Kim Possible. She could do anything. She's a white girl.
She's unstoppable.
She could do anything, So, let's get this man's take. Is he a fan? Do you know?
No, he is. Toasty. You there, buddy?
Everybody introducing JB Toasty.
Fashionably late. Do not worry, guys.
Fashionably late.
The star of the show is here.
Toasty, we got one question for you. Are you here for the Proud Family Louder and Prouder that was announced today?
Definitely not. I'm not into garbage. I'm sorry.
That's a lie. I know that's not true. You can stop trolling.
Oh yeah, I am. I love Proud Family. So.
Oh my God! I thought he was. Oh
no, of course not.
No.
This dude is attracted to clowns in every show. He loves Oscar. Oscar Proud.
He was my favorite character. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it. It looks interesting, and honestly, yeah, I'm happy for it. It's a good thing to be brought back. It's one of those old shows where I feel like they're gonna do it well. It's kind of hard to mess up Proud Family. I don't know how they can.
Right, and that's one of the problem with a lot of these shows. It's like they think they gotta switch it up so much to be different, but really, just give different storylines and how these characters adapt to them, and that's all we want. We don't want you to switch up the entire formula. If it ain't broke, don't fix.
Exactly. I'm for it.
All right, so our other series coming back, X-Men, the animated series. This is huge.
This
really show
huge.
Ended 20 plus years ago, and I don't think any animated show has been rebooted.
Not like this.
It's literally a continuation. They said new episodes are coming out.
The show was literally called X-Men 97. They're like rebranding it to 97, which it's crazy. It's like them making a sequel to the original Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s. Like
right.
You don't
exactly.
See
That's
that.
exactly what it is.
It's crazy. Now, to be fair, I didn't grow up with the 90s X-Men show. I grew up more with its sequel series, X-Men Evolution.
Same. I'm the same. Yeah.
Right. That was more so my generation, but I still was aware of the 90s cartoon, and I heard great things about it. The few episodes I saw, they were interesting. They were cool, and you more so see it now today as memes of like just like Wolverine with the photo and he's in the bed and it's like those are funny. They're funny.
They are funny.
But I mean, this is crazy. I can't believe that they're doing this. Interesting enough, it's Marvel Studios in-house, right? That's doing it.
Oh,
right?
Is it?
Well, I assumed each one that had the Marvel Studios logo.
It is Marvel Studios. You're right. It is.
So
yeah, that would make sense.
It begs the question though, like if it's Marvel Studios proper, are they trying to tie this into MCU? Or
I don't know about MCU, but I imagine they're going to tackle storylines where you see more X-Men crossovers with other Marvel characters.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine. So maybe we'll get an animated version of X-Men versus Avengers,
Ooh, okay.
Right.
Because they're all like, they're owned by the same overlord.
Although I don't think they're gonna. There's some cards that they're gonna keep to themselves because they would want to make that like a live action. And if they put everything like all the good ideas into that animated series, it's like, why are you making a live action movie?
Right.
Something we saw in a series. So like still there's so much they can pick from. So if it's Marvel Studios per se was going to be doing that, I'm expecting really good things from that.
Yeah, yeah. And looking at it now too, I knew there was one actor who had passed away. The Cyclops voice actor passed away, Norm Spencer. But other than him, R.I.P. They got the cast back. They got all the cast back, which is crazy that they're kicking. I mean, I'm glad they're kicking, but that they're still voice acting, and they're like,
right.
Can you imagine when they got the call? Hey, you want to come back and do that role that you loved for like 7 years of your life? And right, it's like really cool to see. And if it's in house too, it's totally gonna get a animation revamp.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that's the weird thing too. Like it's the original is just it has the 90s art style of the original
Of the comics.
Of the comics, right? So I can't even imagine how they're gonna update it. If they're gonna, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. It's definitely out of the list of the Marvel stuff that they've listed. I'm really interested in how they're gonna handle this because this was out of left field. No one was expecting a sequel to 90s X-Men. So
I actually don't remember seeing the date. Do we have a release date yet or no?
Oh, 2023. So we got some time.
We got a ways to go.
Yeah, we got a ways to go. But if it succeeds, I would like a follow-up to the Spider-Man series that they never finished from the 90s that left
the
off
Amazing
on
Spider-Man.
Not the film. It was just called
I know the
Spider-Man.
cartoon show, right?
Yeah, and from the 90s.
Yeah. Okay.
If you ever saw the finale, he was going to go find Mary Jane because Mary Jane had been lost forever.
Oh my god, I don't remember
And Madam Web was like, "Let's go find Mary Jane."
Wait, is that the meme that people always show where like he had like I think Mary Jane disintegrates in his hand and he's like, no.
Okay, so that was
That's
the
not
whole
it?
thing. She got lost
Dark.
and then she reappeared, but it was a clone made from Hydro Man's DNA. Yes. And
that's that scene?
Well, no. So that's the clone. So when she evaporated, then the rest of the series was him mourning, and then Madam Web is like, we can actually go find Mary Jane. So
He sounded like Sean Connery. Is that
I think that was her kind of shtick. It wasn't Irish, but whatever.
all right.
Either way,
Oh my god.
we could see a lot of sequel series coming in the future if this one lands and hits the mark. So that'll be cool.
It would be.
All right, our last bit of the Disney Plus day, and of course they saved this stuff for last because I guess this is what the people really want, is the Marvel
Madness.
Marvel Madness. And most of it is again things we've known, but now that we got a little like a sizzle reel from a couple of shows. They gave us footage of Miss Marvel, brief footage, Moon Knight, Secret Invasion, and She-Hulk, which I think She-Hulk showed the most.
Yeah.
So, actually, no, I guess they all showed.
No, but I think the ones that showed the most, She-Hulk and Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight showed a good amount too, right? Which is crazy because Miss Marvel is dang near done of post-production. So I thought we would have a trailer for Miss Marvel, but everything looks good. For me, She-Hulk, I think really looks good. As far
For me, it's like Moon Knight and She-Hulk. Those are the ones like that I'm most excited for. Those two.
Yeah, I think Moon Knight has the chance to be in like Daredevil, as far as the tone.
Moon Knight will be the darkest one of them, and it's something I welcome, especially like with this, like the MCU. Yeah, it's like they do touch a lot dark themes from time to time, but since it's Disney, they kind of tone down things a little bit.
Yeah.
And Moon Knight looks like they're not toning it down. I really hope they give us like something really raw.
Right.
That's what like I'm here for Moon Knight.
No, same. I think I'm excited for She-Hulk, just the concept. I wasn't really sold by the trailer just because it kind of looked like like a cheap ABC type of show, like just from what they show, because I didn't get that vibe from Moon Knight. I didn't get that vibe from Miss Marvel, and Miss Marvel I'm just really not interested too much at all. But like with Moon Knight, I'm like, okay, this looks like a well produced Disney show, but I don't know. I like the jumpsuit when she's like in the green outfit and you see her in the back. And
right, that sold it for me. Yeah.
Right. So like in terms of like adapting the costume and the outfit, I'm like, okay, yeah, that is She-Hulk. But I don't know. I feel like they should have shown a little bit more to convince me. But
again, when does She-Hulk come out?
I don't know, because now Miss Marvel is coming out summer 2022. So
these were pushed back, right?
These were all
come
pushed
out
back
this year, right?
Originally Miss Marvel was supposed to come out and Hawkeye. Those were supposed to be the two shows that finished off 2021. But now, I think everything's been pushed back because they said summer 2022 for Miss Marvel, which is next, unless maybe it's not next. Maybe Moon Knight comes out first. I mean, but they're all set to premiere in 2022.
Okay.
All right.
So as far as when, I don't know. Because it's
actually, I have a question for those of you who read the comic. She-Hulk, who is she supposed to be exactly? Is she like a scientist or?
She's a lawyer. She's Bruce's cousin.
Oh, so she's his cousin.
Right. And I mean, this is what I remember from the Incredible Hulk TV show from the 90s. She needed a blood transfusion and they matched. So when he gave her the blood transfusion, the guy that's
gamma radiated, yes.
Right. But because it was through a transfusion, she can just kind of go gamma on command versus having to get angry, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because I don't think she actually loses her mind.
No, she does not lose her mind. She's totally sentient. She's all the way here every time.
So in a way, she's a stronger version of the Hulk because she's in control.
Technically, she's not stronger than Hulk.
Right.
But
those muscles go a long way. You know, the 300-foot bicep is still gonna snap her in two, I would imagine. But but she's still strong. She is still very strong.
Okay. So that's someone we should expect to see in the future Marvel movies then.
No, 100%. Yeah, for sure. Professor Hulk was in the trailer. Like
I saw him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I guess it's too early to say, but we haven't seen these shows transition back into film yet. You know?
Right. Actually, I don't know if you guys noticed. So you guys remember in Endgame when Hulk snapped with the gauntlet? If I remember correctly, it was his right hand that he used to snap the fingers. I'm pretty as in.
Yeah, it was his right hand.
Your hand with that doesn't have the Fitbit on. So his right hand, he snapped it. And in all the properties since then, if they've ever shown Hulk, they've always shown him with that cast from when he snapped his hands. In this, they showed his right side, so they're showing his right hand. His hand seems fine now. It doesn't look like it's injured anymore, because I think that was one of the fears of like if he was permanently damaged. Remember?
Could it have regenerated? Could it have been an extended period of time for the gamma to regenerate it?
And we can assume a couple years have passed. Assuming that it comes out in 2023, they can always say 2 or 3 years have passed since Endgame. And that would be plenty of time.
Was his arm in a cast? Because it was Bruce and that Shang-Chi post-credit. Was his arm in a cast?
Yes,
it was in a cast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why it was one of those fears where I thought, oh my God, like Shang-Chi is like how many years after Endgame? Like maybe a year or two? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
something like that, right.
And it's like your arm is still in a cast. Are you permanently done with that arm? Like, can you no longer be the Hulk anymore?
It's possible that he fixed it. And that could be part of the lore in She-Hulk. Him fixing his arm and getting everything in order, and him thinking that he has his blood in control or his power in control, and then giving her his blood, thinking that she will be okay.
Right. So That's one little thing I know.
Or maybe it's an editing goof, and maybe they just haven't edited.
No. It's a billion-dollar company. They better not mess up.
It could be a mirrored image also, where maybe that's not the angle that it's supposed to be at. It's actually his left arm that was like that in the trailer. I don't know.
But even then, you would notice the arm up regardless, because you saw the angle from the side.
Right.
So it's not like you saw it from like a back angle. It was really across, so you would have seen the arm. Those biceps are kind of hard to hide.
The reason why I'm just so hung up on it is because I want my boy Hulk to not be done dirty anymore. I want him back.
Give him put some respect on the man's name. Let him beat up somebody, you know?
Please.
Because She-Hulk about to come and kick some ass. Because that's the other thing about the difference between the two. She's a fighter. She's basically a UFC fighter.
She's not a pacifist.
Huh?
She's not a pacifist.
She's not a pacifist.
She will fight.
Right. So we should be seeing some skilled gamma type bashing, and that'll be cool to see. They announced some other Marvel shows that are new. They got another Spider-Man animated series coming out called Freshman Year. And it looks like to be in the style of Homecoming. Are we Spider-Man fatigued?
It's too much at this point. Just overdoing it.
I wouldn't even really say Spider-Man fatigued. I would say more like, why is this needed right now? You know,
right?
Like, is because I'm assuming it's MCU related. So, or maybe it's not.
Well, if it's called Freshman Year, and where we last left Tom Holland, he should be
a senior.
Yeah, he was a senior at high school.
Yeah, he should be close to being a senior. So if this is freshman year, it's either a flashback of when he first got his powers, or
freshman year of college.
Freshman year of college.
Yeah.
Oh, freshman year of college.
Which it could be a gap series. Maybe it's animated. Well, it's animated for one. So maybe it's like bridging the gap between in Spider-Man Endgame and whatever's next.
That's interesting. I didn't even think about freshman. I just automatically assumed freshman high school, which if it's freshman high school, I'm more on the line of why is this a thing? Like, we don't need this right now. But if it's freshman college, I'm kind of, I'm still not as interested, but I'm a little bit more interested than freshman high school.
It's going to be the same thing. It's him running late to class and saving people. It's not going to make a difference. We all know what we're signing up for. It's going to be him going to his first day class, saving people, and running into that big hall, interrupting the professor while there's total silence, and the professor look at him and say, "I will remember you." And plot twist, the professor is the villain for the first season.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like
it's funny that we're
be
bashing Spider-Man, and I have a Spider-Man shirt. It's just funny.
It's gonna be Dr. Connors. Dr. Connors is gonna be his first professor in college.
Oh,
well, so much of this stuff is like routine for Spider-Man at this point. It's like, that's the problem with all these Spider-Man shows. They try to be so different from one another that some of them get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
Spectacular Spider-Man did it right. The 90s Spider-Man did it right. Everybody else excuse my language. They all suck. They just all suck. They just try to be too different.
You didn't like the MTV Sam Raimi Spider-Man show?
Sam Raimi had nothing to do with that show, first of all. But it was based on his universe.
Yes.
But yeah, he didn't have anything to do with that show. I mean, at the end of that, I actually loved that show. It was super violent, though.
Very violent.
Right. But yeah, it does feel weirdly timed. I don't think anybody was out here like, we need a new Spider-Man show. Give us Spider-Man, you know? So
yeah.
Again, interesting choice.
I think they should have maybe when is the series gonna come out?
I don't think we got a date.
Yeah, I don't think we got a date.
Then maybe
if we did, this is like 2023 beyond.
Okay, then that's maybe good, because now like this next Spider-Man movie is coming out this year, so
right,
it's gonna be like a 2-year break of Spider-Man.
No, we have another Spider-Man movie coming out next year, the Into the Spider-Verse sequel.
Right.
Yeah. And we don't know if Spider-Man is gonna appear in any of the other Marvel movies in between.
True.
Right.
So yeah,
this kid is not gonna get away from us.
I think they should have waited. like more time for getting that series.
I just looked it up. It is freshman year of high school.
Not
it is
for
a-
it. I'm
It
not
is
here.
Let's move on.
It's a prequel to Civil War.
Hard pass.
Oh.
Let's go.
Also, it is MCU. No, I don't want it.
You see,
I don't want it.
they're gonna I swear to God, if they have the Uncle Ben death scene in this show, I'm gonna lose.
It is gonna be
my
in it. No,
mind.
100%. It is.
I'm
gonna
gonna
be in
lose
it.
my mind.
They very
Uncle
much
Ben
might
will
have an
die
Uncle
in
Ben
a-
death
because
scene.
if you're starting in freshman year, when we saw him in Civil War, he had his powers very briefly. Because if
Yeah.
you listen to the conversation he has with Tony Stark, like he probably had his powers for like a couple months.
He said
Yeah.
16 months, right? That's
Right.
all, yeah.
So
Or 15 months or something, right?
it was a short period.
Very
so,
short. A sophomore.
So he was a sophomore. So fresh, and then and then from there, it just increases steadily throughout the movies. Freshman year,
we're gonna see Uncle Ben die again.
Uncle Ben, but we'll see him animated this time.
well, that's
what
the
a
other thing.
difference.
It
What
might
a
be,
twist!
it might be animated just like the What If animation, which I'm not.
No, I'm not.
That's
I'm not
another
a fan.
question. Like some
I'm
of these
not a fan of
animated
animation.
shows, I don't know if I want them animated like What If. Like I think What If is good
Yeah.
for its own thing, its own animation, but I don't want it on the other shows.
They have Marvel Zombies, another show that was announced, which
I'm not.
Well,
interested
I'm
in
not
that
for
one.
it.
Yeah.
well, if it's
same.
based on the episode of What If, then no, I'm not here for it. You know,
One, I'm not. One, because of that. Two, it's like I'm just kind of sick and tired of zombies in general. Like not even Marvel zombies. It's just like zombies in general.
yeah, zombies ruled
like-
the 2010s.
It,
yeah.
it's such a worn out genre. That's like, what else can you do? Oh wow, now the zombies have superpowers. That's it.
Yeah, but yeah, like the episode though. Once you kill them, then what?
Yeah.
They're dead.
Is it like the life of a zombie? Maybe they talk to each other as zombies.
Nah, I'm really not for that series.
Yeah, no. They got two shows based on characters that appeared in the live action shows. You have the Agatha Harkness show, Agatha House of Harkness.
Is
and
it Harkness
Echo.
or Darkness?
Harkness?
Harkness.
Right? Didn't it say that?
Was
Is
it
it-
Harkness?
It's
Yeah, it's
Harkness.
House of Harkness.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know it was Harkness.
Yeah, House of Harkness. And then you have Echo, who's a character we have not met,
But
who will appear in the Hawkeye show.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yo, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the reason why, like, Agatha is exciting just because Agatha was one of the better parts of WandaVision. But Echo is exciting because what we were talking about earlier, she is a supporting character in Daredevil.
Right.
She's a character from Daredevil, and it begs and now, like literally earlier today, Daredevil was trending, and people were asking the question: Is this Marvel's attempt to incorporate the Daredevil Netflix series and maybe even of the other Netflix series into the MCU proper? Because
out of all the Netflix series, they are so stupid if they don't include Daredevil, because that was the clear
Best.
winner of the
Like,
best of those shows.
Like
Has the most consistency.
Jessica Jones was also fantastic, but Daredevil just takes
Daredevil was
it there.
another. I feel like Daredevil was more consistent.
Oh yeah,
I felt-
on a consistent
Yeah,
base, right?
it had an amazing season 1, season 2.
well,
whatever,
season two
whatever.
just had two plots going on that.
like
Yeah.
season 2 was good, but it wasn't to the like. The thing is that season 1 was so good that like when you compare it to season 2, it's just like okay.
Well, see,
But-
season two just wanted to do too much.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what? Let me stop you guys right here. Luke Cage was obviously the best out of all of them.
You're just trolling right now.
No,
Next
see,
thing you're
Luke Cage did
gonna
the
say-
same thing.
No. Wait, I also have something to say. The best one's Iron Fist. Hands
Get the hell out of
You're
here.
right.
You know what? I
season
agree.
1, season
Finally.
1 of Iron Fist, especially.
Dude,
Season one.
like those fight scenes, like can't you see that choreography? The art.
Shang-Chi, eat your heart out.
Shut the hell up. No.
Honestly,
No, like,
I was
I'm trolling.
ashamed that he didn't appear in Shang-Chi. He should have been teaching the main character from Shang-Chi.
Nah, man,
No,
I'm
well-
trolling. Like, I'm trolling. Iron Fist was Straight up.
I'm not.
But by taking by default taking Daredevil, you are taking all of them.
Oh yeah.
And at least you're
Right.
taking the world because they have
You're
established-
acknowledging they exist.
You're taking the
Exactly.
world, but you can choose which ones not.
Right.
To
They don't have to
include.
take everyone. But if they wanted to come back and be like, maybe we can try Luke Cage out here.
No, like I'm down.
You know?
I'm down for them to try Luke Cage again. Like Luke Cage, I like the series. I'm not gonna lie, but
I mean, I don't need a whole series. Would you want a new?
No.
I don't need a whole new series.
I don't need a whole new series on Luke Cage. Jessica Jones, like, was really good, but really don't need another series on it. Daredevil, they really should continue the series because of the way season 3 ended.
Right. They could
Like-
easily continue that story.
Like that was Bullseye's origin story right there. That's how it
which
ended.
was beautiful. Oh my gosh.
And look
Like-
at us talking about Daredevil and all these other Netflix series when the character that got announced we're not even talking about.
Because Echo serves the purpose of bringing a really good ass character.
She's just a transition hero. She's just
Nah,
Well,
like-
again, I don't know anything about
no
her.
one does. No,
I
one
don't know
does.
why they announced that one when we haven't even met the character yet. You know,
I think it's
I
a good
think-
opportunity. It's a new character. So
but we haven't met her as a normal audience. The Hawkeye show is not out, so I have yet to meet this character for someone who doesn't know much about the character.
I mean, you could say the same about Moon Knight. You haven't met Moon Knight yet.
Well, but I know about Moon Knight. You know,
Okay. So you mean like familiar?
it's just like this. I would have.
familiarity.
I mean, to me, it makes more sense. You announce there's an Echo show after we meet Echo. Moon Knight hasn't appeared in anything.
Okay.
And is not set
okay.
to appear in
Got it.
anything. So announcing the Echo show ahead, because we may not even like the portrayal of this character.
Maybe
but
she
they are-
sucks. Yeah.
They are throwing their money here. They're saying, "Wow, you filmed that? That was great. We're gonna give you a show. Everybody's gonna love you." I hope everybody loves her.
I'm telling you, it's to bring in Daredevil. That's
Yeah.
the only. You know what? And just the fact that all these other characters got shows and what you just mentioned, it raises that point further where it's like, why out of everyone are you getting a show?
Right.
Why? And
Why?
It's to bring in those legacy characters from Netflix.
Daredevil. My dude, what if you're wrong?
I'm not
What if
wrong.
they're just
I'm
trying
never
to hype
wrong.
up this character for no reason?
Like, and also because I read a little bit about Echo when I saw Echo, because I didn't know who Echo was. In the comics, she is the adoptive daughter of Kingpin. And if they bring Kingpin into the MCU with Vincent D'Onofrio,
Mr. Murdoch.
I will be so happy. Because
Listen,
Vincent D'Onofrio was so amazing as Kingpin.
he was amazing as Kingpin. I just don't want the same portrayal of him repeatedly throughout. I don't want his bodyguard to come in and be like, "Sir, there's a Matt Murdock at the door for you." And Vincent's like, "When I was a boy." When I was... And I'm like, listen, man, it's the third season. I get it. But like, that's my only problem with him. I loved him in season 1. I felt like that aspect of his character was kind of played out a little bit too much by the end of season 3. But hey, bring him in too. Just don't do that again. I know it's past. I get it. Traumatic child experience.
Nah, I love Vincent D'Onofrio, like, anytime. So it's like, at least, like, that's the other thing Echo could use. Like, basically, just bring in the Daredevil universe.
The door is open. By bringing this character in, you stuck your foot in the door. Now we need Marvel to just bust it down rightfully. But I think that wraps up all the major announcements. I was waiting for any more that were gonna come up. I thought maybe there'd be a last minute one, but nothing has come up. So that covers everything, I think.
Oh, Secret Invasion too.
Secret Invasion. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Secret Invasion. We got a cool shot of a bearded Nick Fury. Looks like he's going through it in space. And if the logo is anything to take from, it's looks like Skrull's skin.
Yeah.
Right. So
it
still
sounds
Skrull
like
related.
Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna deal with what we all been saying would be a villainous a faction of Skrulls invading Earth.
Right. I feel like that's an aspect they have to keep because, as the MCU has established, the Skrulls are, I guess, kind of the good guys in their universe. But Secret Invasion, from what I understand, is so ingrained in the Skrulls being evil that it's kind of hard to swap that out with anyone else.
Like, remember, now with the multiverse, it could be like the Skrulls of another unit.
It could.
Very much so.
Like,
very much so.
Not even a faction. It's just like Skrulls from another universe are just gonna come into like, this MCU universe and run, like, make shit wild.
I can see that.
But that's the other big thing too, is like the whole thing about Secret Invasion is that they are impersonating big name heroes.
Yeah.
Maybe this series will feature maybe a hero a week, the hero of the week that's like potentially being swamped.
It could.
Or because I would hate to see a Secret Invasion show where you just see Nick Fury taking out politics, politics we never met, or you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want recognizable characters.
Or what would be cool, like, I don't know if they can do this, and if they can, like, they'll find a way. Like, you use the Skrulls, like in every Marvel series, there's a character, and they all, like, each one of those like, let's say one character of each of those shows is just connected to the Secret Wars, and it's actually a Skrull, but we didn't know it was a Skrull.
Yes, that'd be cool. That'd be a really good way of doing it.
Because it's like, like, we've been seeing these series, these movies the entire time, and the entire time we were actually being fooled ourselves. Like, they fooled like all the characters, and they fooled us as an audience as well.
Sure, we might get that in we might get that in Spider-Man. Idea.
There's a lot of things that they can do there, like just mind blow everyone.
Yes,
like, what you thought was real was really never what it seemed.
And then that opens up the floodgate for that other story, which is the spaceship crashes down with the heroes, but you don't know who's a Skrull still or who's not, which leads to
that'd be good.
An all-out battle.
I feel like that's a level of mystery that would be kind of fun to have in a show like this, because then, like,
every
kind of like
show
what
that
you
comes
said,
later, every show that comes later, it's gonna be like, is it really as it appears?
Right, because like what Grandmaster was saying, I don't want just random politicians that I really don't care for. I want legacy characters that I know, and then whenever they come on screen, I could be like, wait, is that something he would say? Is there like a detail in there that is a little suspicious? Because that was kind of like what Captain Marvel did a little bit when it was when Nick Fury was in the elevator with that the
director. It was his boss.
The director, his boss, and he was like, when we went to
Havana,
and he's like, yes, you're right, when we were in Havana. And it's like, it's not, he never went to Havana. So I'm excited for it. We'll see.
Only time will tell. And our girl, what's her name, Daenerys, will be in it too. So that'd be cool to see her. Amelia Clark.
I just call it Daenerys Targaryen. That's for the sake of everybody watching.
Khaleesi for life, yo.
Khaleesi, there we go.
For life.
All right. Anything else we're missing before we close things off here?
I think that's the important stuff.
All right. Yeah. Hey, we did a great job. I mean,
pretty good. Yeah.
A lot of these were just for laughs, but so there's some good stuff coming to Disney Plus. I think I still haven't heard word on when Lloyd in Space will be rerunning on Disney Plus. So I'm very upset about that, but
I'll survive. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
All right, I'm the only one. Okay, but hey, everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's News Coo special covering the Disney Plus days, the 2-year anniversary. So thank you for coming. I'm your host, Grandmaster Hoop. Thank you to DrJaceAttorney, DrMondo, and late to the show but ready to go, Toasty. We'll be signing off. Y'all take care. Everybody, good night.